If all you're doing is kicking up into a handstand over and over again, you're training like an idiot. And that's exactly why you're still stuck and can't balance. I did the same thing when I started until I fixed how I was actually training. That's when my handstand finally exploded. Today, I'm showing you the 5 exact changes that will get you to your first handstand fast. Tip number 1. Pull your belly button into your spine. When you're in a handstand, the reason you fall off is because you're overarching, which makes you lose the balance. And the reason you're overarching is because you're not in control of your pelvic area. When you're not in control of your pelvic area, you get this weird arch in your back, which creates the famous banana handstand. And in order to counter this, you need to intentionally pull your belly button into your spine. So you see how you can control your muscles around your belly? You need to intentionally be pulling your belly button inwards as if you're trying to get it to touch your spine. Just think of it as like those bodybuilding poses that they do on the shows. Tip number 2, you need to tighten up the glutes. This is the second tip that's going to fix your pelvic region and give you a solid line. Along with pulling your belly button into your spine, you need to tighten up the glutes. However, not fully. Use only about a 50% contraction. If you use a 100% contraction, it's going to ruin the line. So just tighten up the glutes with some strength, not all of it. This, along with the belly button tip, is going to fix your handstand. Tip number 3, you need to push tall with the shoulders. When you're in the handstand, you need to be pushing tall with all of your strength, as if you're trying to get your shoulders to cover your ears. Imagine you're really cold and you're trying to cover your ears with your shoulders. That's exactly what should be happening in the handstand. So don't just try to hold a handstand with a bend in your elbows and without the body being rigid. You need to be pulling with your whole body, especially the shoulders and the hands. Imagine you're trying to push the earth down. Tip number 4, you need to use the fingers and the palms to balance. What you need to understand about the handstand is that the whole body is supposed to remain still, except for the fingers and the palms. The fingers or the palms are doing all the micro adjustments to keep you balanced. The rest of your body should not be moving at all. Only the hands, meaning the fingers and the palms. To imagine the correct hand and finger position and movement during the handstand, imagine you're grabbing a ball and that ball has some keys from a keyboard in it which attach to each of the point of the fingers. And you're constantly moving, pressing each different key to make micro adjustments to keep you balanced. It works exactly the same way when you're standing. If you fall forwards, you're going to press with your tippy toes to not fall. If you're falling backwards, you're going to press back with the heel of your foot to keep you balanced. The handstand is exactly the same thing, but you also have the fingers to help you a bit in those little areas. Tip 5, keep your legs straight and pressed together. In a clean handstand, all your joints are aligned and your legs are supposed to be straight, so no bending in the knees and close together. Just close them together as if you're trying to keep anything from going right between your legs. And also as a bonus tip, point your fingers because it helps with the balance, the coordination, and it looks cleaner. Now, I've given you the 5 tips to actually have a solid, clean handstand. But now I'm going to give you the proper programming, which is just as important. Because as I said in the beginning, you will not unlock the handstand by just trying to kick up over and over again. That's never going to work. So I'm going to give you the 3-step formula to unlock the handstand. First of all, what you need to understand about the handstand is the more you train it, the better. Because this is not a strength skill. This is a nervous system adaptation skill which requires very little strength. So pretty much the more time you spend on a handstand, with quality time without being fatigued, the more you're going to progress. So train the handstand, if you can, 5 to 7 times a week. And this is the first progression and the first point. You're going to start on the wall handstand. Now, before you say anything, drop your ego and listen to me. The wall is a tool, not a crutch. Training the handstand on a wall is the first step because it is the only way that you're going to build a proper alignment to learn the handstand. Because what you need to understand about a handstand is that the handstand is actually 2 skills. It's kicking up into a handstand and it's being able to hold a handstand. When you're just trying to kick up over and over again, you're trying to learn both skills at the same time. Before kicking up into a handstand, first you need to be able to hold a handstand. And that's exactly what we're doing with the wall. So drop your ego, you will unlock the handstand faster if you use the wall first. So your first step is train against the wall with a proper alignment. Use exactly the same form tips which I gave you. And your goal is to stay on the wall until it becomes easy. That basically means when you can hold a handstand against the wall for between 30 and 60 seconds and it's actually easy for you, then you're ready to move on to the next step. And the next step is the feet off the wall handstand. Right now that your handstand on the wall is good, what you're going to do is you're going to keep training the wall handstand, but this time you're going to take your feet off the wall and try to hold for time. Now, in the beginning, this will seem impossible and you will fall right back, and that's natural. But then you're going to start to get 1, 2, and 3 second holds. That's great, that's amazing progress. Your goal is to stay on this progression until you can take your feet off the wall and hold it for about 30 to 50 seconds until it's easy. Once you can get on the wall and take your feet off the wall and hold for about 30 seconds without much difficulty, then you're ready to do handstand attempts or kick-up attempts. And that's exactly the third step. Right now, you're going to train your kick-ups because you already know how to hold a handstand. So you're not actually just shooting in the dark here. So right now, what you need to learn is train the kick-ups and try to hold. If you're scared to fall off, you can do it with the wall in front of you, because if you fall off, you're just going to hit the wall. These tips and this programming are super helpful. That's what helped me get the handstand and also worked for many other people that I helped. If you want me to personally fix your handstand and also get your first handstand push-up faster, DM me on Instagram. It's the first link in the description.